This is Marie, Whirledpeas Knits, episode 44. Thanks for joining me. So today I have crochet, knitting, sewing, coffee and tea corner. I have the Learn to Knit project from the girls at work, all the projects that they're working on, just a brief little snip showing all the things that they're working on. I have the Denver crush walls, some more crush walls from downtown, from the art district. And then I have Fall at the Farm, which is a little farm near where I live, where they're selling their harvest. So I'll put that at the very end. So I'm going to start with my finished objects. And so my first finished object is a shawl. So I made, this will be my third one of these that I've made. And really I just like them because they're so warm and cozy, you know, especially when it's getting colder. So I made this Summer Days shawl, the base of it, in fall yarns. And it's by Polly V. Let me see if I can get her. This is who she is. So if you wanted to look up the designer so you can find that pattern. And it's her summer wrap, but I did it, you know, with fall yarns. And just put this, figure out where to put that. Okay. So this is it. I'm sorry, everything is like on this table and it's teetering a little. I don't want to bump the camera. Okay. So this is the shawl. I've worn it several times into the city and everything, but it's just fall colors. So, and I did it with some ice yarns and some other scraps that I had. And so I thought this would just be a nice big, like brown, fall colored wrap. And it's so cozy. So let's see. I was just going to tell you about a couple of the yarns that I used. So the browns, this brown section, and then this brown and this brown, these were all ice yarns. And they're all classic Aran. And so I have a few different colors of classic Aran that I got. So, so they're double-stranded. So you hold two strands together while you're using, I was using a 6.5 milli hook, size K. And then, so you basically make this center portion, the brown portion going back and forth, and then you add like, kind of like a border on it until it's, you know, however long you want it to be. And then you add something on the top. And so I also used this ice yarn. This is Wool Melange, right there. And I really like this kind of ice yarn because it's kind of like a, it almost looks like a kettle dyed or something like that. They have several different colors I have up here. And I'm going to make some more projects with it. I have like a purple, that's hard to do, but I have a purple there and a maroon, and then I have like a blue-green kind of color up there. And then I also used some of this, which is Bonnie Bon. I think that's how it's pronounced. And basically it's just kind of like a thin yarn, and it has these little nubs on it. So I used this, I have this in a few different colors also from Ice Yarns. And I used that like held with another yarn. So like right here I held it with a green, and then I held it with brown and yellow and orange. Like I held it with different colors. So, and I like it because you can just, pretty much you can have your coat on and then put this over the top of it and just bundle up, because it gets like snowy and cold at the train station when you're waiting for the train to come. So basically, I mean, this looks like a bit of a mess right here, but you get the idea. You can kind of just bundle up in it and then just wear it like a wrap. And maybe even you could just tie it around your waist if you want, or wear it like a shawl, like a standard shawl if you want. Let me see if I can get this sorted out. but you get the gist. Basically, you can wear it however you'd like to wear it. Just to keep you warm. So it's totally like wearing a big blanket. And I kind of like to have it in my basket. I carry a basket like with all my, my lunch stuff and umbrella and things like that into the city. And I like to keep one of these wraps in it just in case I get cold or it gets super windy while I'm waiting for the train. So I can just put it on and, bundle up. So also in the office, if it gets cold, I put it on. So the next thing is fingerless mitts. Okay. So I made several pairs of fingerless mitts, and they're super quick and easy to make. I thought, I have another pair of these that I made. Let's see. I was in a big box store. I kind of think it was Michael's, and I was just looking for something else, and I happened to see this yarn, this loops and thread Kai, and I thought, oh, I have another pair of fingerless mitts that I love that are in this this kind of yarn. This is what I had left over after I made the pair of mitts, and this one's called Snow Cone is the colorway for this one. But I have a pink and gray pair. It's like pink and white and gray, I think, or something. And they're super big and slouchy, but I thought, I really love the pink pair that I made, and I wear them all the time. And this would go with like jeans or whatever into the, it's getting really cold out here. So I thought I'm going to make another pair of big slouchy mitts. And basically I just did a 2x2 rib. And then I decreased one time, like on each needle. I used these size 7 clover needles. And I cast on this, I believe I cast on 13 on each needle. I had 4 needles, cast on 13 on each needle. And then I did the decrease at one point on, I just knit 2 stitches together on each of the 4 needles. So I decreased by 4 stitches, and then I kept going, and I made like a little buttonhole right there, like you would make a buttonhole on a sweater. So I cast off like 6 stitches, or however big your thumb is, and then I picked them up on the next way around, and then I just did some ribbing at the top again, 2x2 rib, which is knit 2, purl 2. And so I made these, and I love these because they're just big and cozy. You can wear them. You could wear them over some gloves if you wanted. But I like kind of big and cozy fingerless mitts for when it's real cold out. So the next pair of fingerless mitts that I made are with this Norrell tenon. And this is what it looks like. So it's really like kind of loosely spun yarn, kind of just loosely spun, so it kind of, you can pull it apart, but once you knit it up, I find that these become, I guess, almost felted in a way, so that they don't come apart, when you're using them. So this pair that I knit with these are knit 2, purl 2 on the edge. And then I just knit. I did not put a thumb hole in these. I made these just like mitts, but I wanted to just make them like sleeves, kind of, so I could just wear them like that. So these are like perfect length. A lot of my long-sleeved clothes are just a little bit too short. My coats and stuff go to here, and so I kind of need something for my wrist, and so I really love these. And I didn't put the thumb holes in these. I just kind of wanted these to be like cozy sleeves that I kind of pull down around my hands, and I can tuck my hands in like this, if I'm waiting at the train or whatever. But I really love this this Norrell. It turned out really nice, and I have enough to make another pair, totally. All right, And so this one, I think I cast on like 12 on each needle. Yes, 12 on each needle. So, and then it's color number 52, lot A, in case you're looking for it again. So it says it right there. All right, and then the next pair of mitts I made were for my boss's little granddaughter. I made them with this Anthem yarn by Cascade, and I used color number 9 and lot 2. So, but it's just this pink. She's a little girl, and I got some like bubblegum pink for her mitts. And I'm also making a hat to match it, but this is what the mitts look like. They're just little baby fingerless mitts. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So they have little thumb holes. I wasn't sure how big her thumb was, but I just made a few little cast-offs and cast on to make a little baby buttonhole. So, yep, and I'm going to make a hat to match. I'll show you the hat when I get it done. But, you know, so I wanted to put like a little decoration on the front of these, and I'm not quite sure what to make. If you have any ideas, let me know. But I had like this purple, and I thought maybe a heart or something. I'm not really sure. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Maybe I could crochet something, or I'm not sure. But we were going to decorate it. I thought maybe Jana could help me out with that. So they're so cute, so little. Okay, and then the next finished object that I have, is a pair of socks. So I finished this pair of socks, very colorful yarnings, and I had this much left over. So it's a self-striping yarn, and this is the socks. Yay! And they're very tall, so they go up pretty high on your leg. This is what they look like. They're super cute. They were from summer. They look like popsicles for sure. Like, and I believe that's what the colorway is called. Yeah, popsicle. Yep. And I cast on 64 stitches. I probably did them on a 2.75 needle or a 2.5 needle. Then I just did a vanilla sock, my standard vanilla sock pattern, which is a 2x2 rib, and then you knit, and then I have like an afterthought heel that I'll put the heels in after, and then the toes. So yep, these are so cute, and I've had them on the needles like a while, so it's good to get those off the needles. So all right, and the next finished object I have, let me just look on my list. Vanilla socks. I have 2 other finished objects that aren't here. I have a hat that Jana and I finished for a coworker. It was made out of some Lolo Did It. I have the ball here. I feel like it is buried somewhere, but actually I see it. Here it is. So it was made with this Lolo Did It simple worsted. The colorway was Whisperers, and I'll show a picture of it here. And then there's also another item, which was some fingerless mitts. We made a hat for another coworker with fingerless mitts, and I'll show that here as well. So both of the items will be on a little snip. Okay, so the next thing that's a finished object that I have is a dress that I made. So, so I think it was the yarn hoarder. She was going on a trip to Rhinebeck, New York, to the Sheep and Wool Festival, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, and she had made like 3 of these dresses, and I had made one originally, and I felt like it looked like a nightgown or something they would give you at the hospital. I mean, I feel like it was the material I used, and then I put rickrack on it. It was just like a light pink. It kind of just looked like a hospital gown or something. So I didn't really care for it, and I kind of thought, well, I don't know if I want to make that pattern again. But then the yarn hoarder made some more. Like, she made 3 of them that were super cute, you know. And I think that if you wear it with tights on underneath it, and then maybe a denim jacket over the top, it'll be fine. So I decided I wanted to make one. It's the 100 Acts of Sewing, dress number 1. I went ahead and made one, and I got a serger for my birthday, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm going to make some more things, and I'll show you what I've made. But I did use the serger to make this dress, just on the side seams, and then I used my regular sewing machine for the rest. But this is the fabric that I used. So it's like little bunnies. It's like a winter kind of thing. So, and then I used like this brown to do the inside of the sleeves and the inside of the neckband. And it came out pretty nice, actually, compared to my first one. I did have these pockets. I was going to be putting those pockets on, and my mom's like, I don't think you should put those pockets on. Why don't you put something in the side? And I said, okay, I'll do that. So I put in side pockets instead, and those worked out fine also. So I put in like little pockets on the side, you know, like that. So I do like it overall. It's super cute. And I don't have a picture of me wearing it yet, but maybe I'll wear it in a future episode. I just thought it was fun. It was like a little winter kind of dress to wear over tights and over like a turtleneck, and, you know, and then bundle up. So I'm excited about that. It was so cute. I had the fabric made from Spoonflower, so I went on Spoonflower. And I also felt like the fabric that I used for the first one was just like quilter's cotton. And this, I went on Spoonflower, and I made something. I had them print the fabric for me, because you can pick out fabric and then have them put it on whatever type of cloth that you want. And this one has a little bit of stretch. So I thought it would just be more cozy to wear. And it said it was fabric that was more suitable for clothing. So anyway, I'll check back in with you once I've worn it. I haven't worn it yet. All right, so the next thing is works in progress. Okay, so I'm working on, I had a couple of crochet blankets that I was using on my bed, and they got holes in them. So it was like, I tried to fix them once, and really they were just old. I had made them, and they were from scraps and things. So I wanted to replace them. So I'm working on Granny Stripes Attic 24 is the blog that the pattern is on. But I'm working on crocheting a blanket. I'm using the size L hook, and it is a 8.0 millimeter. And this is the blanket that I am. There's some ends still that aren't woven in. But this is the blanket that I'm working on. So it's just a granny stripe blanket back and forth. And I'm about halfway done with it. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'm using just scraps. And it's pretty long so far. I really want it to be go over my feet, so it'll be like 6 feet long eventually, because I'm 6 feet tall. So anyway, so I've been working on that, and that's just with scraps and just like a granny. So basically you just cast on however many, you know, that you want to. I believe I did like 300 and something. And then you just do these double, it's almost like a little granny square, but you're just going back and forth. And it's super easy. You could do it while you're watching TV or whatever. And then have the blanket on you to keep you warm. All right, so the next thing that I have as works in progress are, I am working on a hat and fingerless mitts for fall. And I'm using this cobblestone by Chelsea Lux and the mohair that she has, Chelsea Lux. Let me see if I can find one of her tags. This is what her tags look like. And she's in the East Coast, Red Bank, New Jersey. And so I'm just holding these two together and I'm knitting, let's see, what size am I using? Knitting on a size 6 4mm needle, and I cast on 100, and I'm just making a little hat. I'm just making it, I'm going to make it like long and kind of slouchy, but this is how it's turning out by holding those two together. So I started off just doing a ribbing on the edge, and then I'm just going to make it kind of long and slouchy, and it's so soft and cozy. I also got this little stitch marker right here by Simply Serving. I'll just, since I have it right here. I was watching her Vlogmas, and she was showing how she makes these little stitch markers, and it's really cool. So she has a YouTube channel, so if you want to go check her out. But it's called Simply Serving Handcrafts. And she works out of her house. She makes these little stitch markers and everybody buys them. So they're super cute. This one is like a little mug of like some cider or something like that. So it's super cute. And then my other thing, I'm making fingerless mitts to match that hat. And it's with Chelsea Lux Pecan Latte is the color that all three of these are in. So I have the cobblestone and the mohair are in it, and then so is this DK. It's in Pecan Latte also. And I'm making fingerless mitts out of that to go with the hat. And this is another one of the Simply Serving stitch markers, and it's like a little pie. I just thought it was the cutest little thing. So all right, that's that. And then these fingerless mitts are just my standard fingerless mitt, where, let's see if I wrote it down. I cast on 12 on each needle, and I have 4 double pointed needles that I'm working on. So I'm just working in the round. I did a 2x2 rib, and then I just knit, and it goes fairly quickly. So 2x2 rib, and then I'll put a thumb hole in it, just like my other ones that I showed you. And then the next thing I have been working on is in this bag. So I got this set of mini skeins from Kate Celine, and she's an indie dyer. She dyes out of her house, and she has this thing on Instagram called Car Park Chat. And it's super funny. And so she calls yarn her squish because it's squishy, I guess. And I ordered a set of Christmas mini skeins from her. Let me just get a few of the colors out so I can show them to you. These are the ones I haven't used yet, but I rolled them into little balls, and I've been knitting with them. And I'm making a cowl. So So I have those mini skeins, and then I am holding it with this mohair, which is fresh sheets, and it's from a homespun house. So it's like an undyed mohair from a homespun house. And so what it does basically is when you put, you know, other colored yarn with it, it kind of mutes it down and it makes it softer and cozier and everything. So there's this cowl pattern that I found that So Sweet Violet has written, and it's on size 7 Knit Pro Zings. It's called the Snuggle Down Cowl. And so I started with the mini skeins. And so this is like the first mini skein, this section. This is the second mini skein, and this is the third mini skein. And then I'm on to the red next. And so it'll mute it down when I put the fresh sheets with it. But then I was going to go ahead and do the greens after that, you know, going up to make this snuggle down cowl in Christmas colors. So I thought it would be really cool. And then on this one, I just have like this little unicorn because I love unicorns. And then this Christmas cookie. And I've had this Christmas cookie for several years, so I don't quite remember where I got it from. But anyway, so this cowl is going to be so cozy. So that was by So Sweet Violet, Snuggle Down Cowl. All right, so next thing that I had on the needles is this. It's called Crazy Zauberball. I thought it kind of looked like Christmas colors. So I decided to cast on some socks. So I just have the ribbing part of one of the socks so far. Not too far along with it. Looks like this. And I have like a little jingle bell on there for the holidays. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a pair of socks in this. Now this will go from color to color, you know, and they won't match each other at all. But I really love Crazy Zauberball. It's one of my favorite yarns to knit with. You never know how it's going to turn out. Okay, and then the color for that one is 1153. In case you were looking for it. All right, so coffee and tea corner. So I just have a few things left to talk about. I have 3 Republic of Teas that I've been drinking. I have, this one is pumpkin spice. It's the Republic of Tea. It's really delicious. Now if you love ginger, they have a pumpkin ginger tea, which is a little bit more heavy on the ginger, by Republic of Tea, which is super delicious. I love it. I love ginger. So, and then I've been drinking this. It's called Bates Brambleberry Tea, and it's by Republic of Tea also. And this one, the Brambleberry is a black tea, let's see, with blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blueberries. So, and it's super delicious. And then the coffees that I have, that I've been drinking, this one I've been drinking it a lot because you can tell there's not very much of it left. It's by San Marco, and it's called Snicker Dandy, and it's really delicious. I guess it's a knockoff on Snickerdoodle, like cookies, so it's like cinnamon spice coffee. And then I have 2 Starbucks ones that I've been drinking. This one is the Fall Blend, and this one there's not much of it left either because I've been drinking that. This one is a kind of like a stronger coffee, but it's really good. It's it says it's a limited edition. And then I also have pumpkin spice, Starbucks. I believe this is my second bag, so this one I just filled up again because I got 2 bags of it because I liked it. But those are the coffees and teas that I've been drinking. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and insert the Learn to Knit and Crochet from work. and it has all the ladies and all their projects that they've finished and that they're working on. I just thought it would be nice to kind of catch up and see what they're working on. And then the Denver Crush Walls, I'll put in after that, and then I'll put in the farm at the end with the pumpkins and the squash and the popcorn that they grow there. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Thanks for joining me.